A 26-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a health insurance executive who was shot dead in a street in New York last week. Luigi Mangione was detained in Pennsylvania after a member of the public recognized him at a McDonald's. He's since appeared in court, and our correspondent Jessica Parker was there.
Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old computer science graduate from a top US university, seen yesterday in handcuffs, now in custody in Pennsylvania. He's been detained on firearm and forgery charges in Pennsylvania, and overnight a murder charge has been filed in New York after health insurance boss Brian Thompson was shot dead in the street by a masked man in Manhattan, 280 miles away from Altoona, where the suspect was found. A huge manhunt and a nationwide police appeal led here to a roadside McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The suspect, who was inside the restaurant, was recognised, and an employee then tipped off the police.
I want to begin by thanking our fellow Pennsylvania resident who acted as a hero today. Pennsylvania resident saw something early this morning at McDonald's and said something to our local police. And our local police here in Altoona acted swiftly.
He didn't even think twice about it. We knew that was our guy, but he was very cooperative with us. Didn't really give us too many issues. Once we found out his identity, we took it from there.
The authorities say the suspect was in possession of items consistent with the New York shooting, allegedly including a firearm and a silencer, as well as a document expressing ill will towards corporate America. In court, Luigi Mangione stated he had no criminal history. Now he's been identified as a strong person of interest in a case that's garnered worldwide attention. Jessica Parker, BBC News in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Well, let's bring you up to date with the very latest. We can cross over to New York to speak to CBS correspondent Naomi Rackham. Naomi, good to see you. Just what more do we know about Luigi Mangione and the circumstances surrounding his arrest?
Kasia, good morning. A chance sighting led to the dramatic break in the execution of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The suspect, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, a prep school valedictorian and Ivy League graduate from a prominent Maryland real estate family. Mangione was arrested at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. That's about 280 miles west of the murder scene here in New York City. And this story reads like a movie script, but sadly, a CEO, a father of two, lost his life in a brazen attack. Police now believe they do have their man, and we are learning more about Mangione, an otherwise high-achieving person in his 20s who ranted about corporate America. This morning, Mangione is behind bars. The 26-year-old was arraigned and later charged with second-degree murder yesterday in the shooting death of Brian Thompson. Pennsylvania police were called to the scene after the Maryland native was spotted by an employee at that McDonald's around 9:15 a.m. yesterday. Investigators say they approached him and asked if he'd recently been to New York. Police say he then became visibly nervous and shaking. They say he was carrying a fake New Jersey ID that matched the one allegedly used to check into a New York hostel last week. Authorities say they later recovered his passport with his real name, along with a gun, a suppressor, and clothing that they believe are consistent with those used in the shooting, along with that handwritten 3-page document expressing ill will toward corporate America. Mangione, again, is from a prominent family in Maryland. They own multiple country clubs, and he was the valedictorian of his 2016 high school class. He also earned a computer science degree from the University of Pennsylvania. He also spent time in Hawaii in 2022 and 23, and two sources who knew him then say he suffered from back pain due to an injury. The Mangione family did release a statement last night saying they are shocked, they're devastated by this news, adding that they offer prayers to the family of Brian Thompson and all involved. Kasia?
Naomi Rackham, CBS correspondent, joining us live from New York. Thank you very much for that update.